Hi, good morning. Dr. Hassan asked me to discuss this topic today: how we motivate and reward the people who work for us. Let's look at this diagram to understand what motivation actually is. It's built from three interlocking blocks. First, there's energy, how hard someone is trying. Then direction, where they are pointing all that effort. And finally, persistence, how long they can keep that effort going. But down here, we see a huge problem. This graphic illustrates the motivation gap in the modern workplace. On the left, 78% of managers believe they are doing a fair job motivating their team. But look on the right, only 21% of employees actually feel managed in a motivating way. There is a massive disconnect between management's perception and the team's reality. To help close that gap, let's imagine managing a small local community bakery. You have a diverse staff. Some people are mixing dough early in the morning, while others are working the cash register during the afternoon rush. When we look at our bakery staff, it helps to remember that motivation is not a personality trait that someone is simply born with or without. It is an environment, a setting that you, as the manager, have to intentionally build. This pyramid shows Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Looking at the bottom, our bakers require reliable pay and a safe kitchen. Until those foundational needs are met, they will not have the mental space to care about self-actualization or dreaming up beautiful new cake designs. This chart contrasts two different managerial mindsets. On the left, Theory X assumes employees dislike work and avoid responsibility. On the right, Theory Y assumes people naturally enjoy work and seek responsibility. How you view your bakers changes how you treat them. This breaks down Herzberg's two-factor theory. The blue side shows hygiene factors, like a clean kitchen. It won't make a baker love their job, it just stops them quitting. For actual satisfaction, you need the orange side, motivators, like creative freedom. McClelland's three needs theory shows people are driven by different things. One baker might need achievement, perfecting a difficult recipe. Another might desire power, wanting to manage the shift. A third might be driven by affiliation, focusing on building strong friendships. Because everyone has different psychological drives, applying one generic motivational strategy to the entire kitchen will always fall flat. You have to understand what each specific person actually values. This flowchart maps out goal-setting architecture. The first box notes that goals must be specific and difficult. Telling a baker, "do your best," provides no clear target. A precise, challenging goal, like a specific quota by noon, gives effort clear direction. The job characteristics model shows the link between core job dimensions and psychological states. If a baker mixes dough, bakes the bread, and hands it directly to the customer, they experience a deeper sense of meaningfulness than performing one repetitive step. This table explains equity theory, tracking how people compare themselves to others. Looking at under-rewarded inequity, if two bakers put in different effort but receive the exact same pay, the harder worker feels a deep sense of unfairness and motivation drops. Expectancy theory tracks the logic of effort. Arrow A, the baker must believe their effort will produce a great cake. Arrow B, they must trust this performance will be accurately rewarded. Arrow C, the reward must be something they actually value, not just exhausting overtime. This comprehensive chart brings all those individual theories together into one master framework. It shows that ability, job design, fair comparisons, and personal needs all feed into a continuous cycle. Sustained daily effort from your team does not happen by accident. It only happens when you align all these factors, giving people clear targets, ensuring fair comparisons, and offering rewards they genuinely value. This slide highlights the impact of country culture. As the central quote warns, managers can't assume that motivational programs that work in one geographic location are going to work in others. If our bakery opens a new branch in another country, we have to localize our approach to match that specific region's societal norms and values. This graphic shows how to adapt for unique workforce groups. Compare the middle box, professionals, to the right box, contingent workers. An accountant handling the bakery's finances needs autonomy and complex problem solving, but a part-time student working the cash register needs very clear short-term objectives. Here, we see practical ways to design appropriate rewards. Look at the box for open book management. This involves sharing financial statements with the staff. When bakers see the numbers, they understand how reducing waste directly helps the business succeed. Down in the orange bar, the data shows that 84% of organizations have some formal program to recognize worker achievements. Simply acknowledging when someone does a great job is one of the most common and accessible tools managers have. This final slide lists 3 low-cost reward strategies. It points out that clarifying someone's role, keeping communication open, and showing the company cares about them as individuals can fulfill basic social needs, all without requiring any capital expenditure. Ultimately, a motivated team is the result of careful architecture. You have to take these concepts, clear goals, fair treatment, and meaningful work, and build them into your daily communication and company culture. Thank you, Dr. Hassan, for giving me the opportunity to discuss this topic.